This is the AI News Flash for May 20th, 7 a.m. UTC. First up, a Google AI engineer claims he was unfairly dismissed after protesting the company's contract work for Israel, according to The Guardian. The engineer participated in internal opposition to Project Nimbus, Google's cloud computing contract with the Israeli military and government, and was terminated shortly after his protest activities. This case follows a longer pattern of employee dissent at Google, where over 50 workers were fired in 2024 following sit-in protests against the same Nimbus contract. Combined with OpenAI's Defense Department contract controversy and Anthropic's supply chain risk designation dispute, this incident highlights the deepening structural tensions across Silicon Valley between AI workers and management over military contracts and geopolitical neutrality, signaling a new chapter in AI industry labor activism and ethical boundary setting. Second up, Colorado has formally enacted a substantially revised version of America's first comprehensive AI regulation, the new SB 26-189 law, according to detailed analysis by law firm Norton Rose Fulbright. The law takes effect on January 4, 2027, and represents a fundamental restructuring of AI governance, abandoning the original terminology of artificial intelligence and high-risk AI systems in favor of automated decision-making technology, or ADMT. Major provisions including the duty of care to mitigate algorithmic discrimination, mandatory annual impact assessments, and risk management programs have been eliminated, with regulation now narrowly focused on consequential decisions in education, employment, housing, financial services, insurance, healthcare, and government benefits. Enforcement is reserved exclusively to the Colorado Attorney General with no private right of action, marking a significant rollback at the state level. With 38 states pursuing independent AI regulations and the Trump administration pushing federal preemption, this case demonstrates the powerful impact of AI industry lobbying on state-level regulatory pullback, a defining moment in U.S. AI governance. Third up, while AI bots rapidly penetrate the workplace, young workers are booing rather than applauding their arrival, according to a major Reuters investigation released today. Gen Z workers in particular are showing unprecedented levels of anxiety and resistance toward AI automation, driven by the rapid disappearance of entry-level positions, dramatic cuts to new graduate hiring, and ethical concerns over forced AI tool adoption. With Goldman Sachs predicting that 300 million jobs globally face AI automation risk, and cumulative AI-driven layoffs exceeding 156,000 workers, the structural collapse of white-collar employment is accelerating future anxieties for younger generations. Combined with the recent booing incident at the University of Central Florida graduation over an AI recommendation speech, the trend of 60% of Gen Z pivoting to skilled trades, and IBM tripling senior new graduate hiring. This signals a defining workforce polarization in the AI era and is set to become a top economic issue in the 2026 midterm elections. Fourth up, as AI assistants gain the keys to production environments, agentic AI security risks are deepening into a critical industry concern. HelpNet Security warns in new research. The fundamental vulnerability identified is the confused deputy problem, where attackers can manipulate AI agents without compromising any tool simply by poisoning the text that the agent reads before taking action on production systems. 4 primary attack vectors have been identified: prompt injection through tickets and documentation, retrieval poisoning of runbooks, retrieval jamming with blocking documents, and telemetry manipulation, with Jira tickets and Slack messages emerging as realistic attack surfaces. Defensive architectures including proposed commit separation, non-bypassable policy gates, and mandatory human approval are being proposed, aligning with the 48% of security professionals who predict agentic AI will be the largest attack vector of 2026, marking a critical inflection point as enterprises move into full-scale AI agent deployment. Fifth up, AI semiconductor and optical interconnect leader Marvell Technology is set to release its quarterly earnings on Wednesday, drawing intense focus from market participants. Multiple financial outlets report. Analyst consensus stands at a moderate buy with rising price targets, supported by explosive demand for high-speed optical interconnect PAM4 DSP products in AI data centers, and the irreversible structural shift from copper to silicon photonics interconnects driven by NVIDIA's Blackwell and Vera Rubin GPU clusters hitting copper wiring's physical limits. Marvell received a $2 billion strategic investment from NVIDIA as a core player in the NVLink Fusion architecture and competes alongside Broadcom as one of the two industry leaders in custom ASIC design services for hyperscalers. Against the backdrop of the four hyperscalers' $725 billion capital expenditure boom in 2026, this earnings event is positioned as a critical milestone for institutional capital rotation into AI infrastructure Phase 2 beneficiary stocks alongside Lumentum, Coherent, Corning, and Credo Technology, serving as a key test for the durability of optical interconnect demand and the diversification away from NVIDIA's monopoly structure. That's all for this AI News Flash.